This is Fulcrum. We are at episode 5 of The Mandalorian. I have no idea where it's going from here. I know there's going to be a bigger storyline. I know we're ramping up to something big because that's what all the showrunners are saying. But where exactly we're going is hard to say. We've got a lot of setup with Bo-Katan and with the Mythosaur and what's going on there. And of course, now she's pretty much becoming part of the clan itself. We have a whole cloning storyline that I don't know if they're going to come back to. We don't have a particular big bad this season. What's going on and where's Moff Gideon? Who knows? And of course, we've got like what we've seen in the trailers when it comes to the New Republic, something else going on. So I think this is going to be a pivotal episode on where this season is going. And we're going to do something different today, is that I'm actually going to do a reaction with a few of my friends, Element 7, Darth Chaco, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. So this is going to be different. It's going to be a little group effort, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's dive in. Come in. This is We're going to have to trust a pirate now. We might get Salad the Hutt back.
A parlay.
It does make sense now with the Mandalorian drop scene in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think Navarro is going to get attacked, and then Mando has to answer that call.
But he's got his crew again.
That makes a lot of sense. No top half.
Uh-oh.
It's no good.
Gorian Shard.
If we buy them off, that'll set a bad precedent.
Ah, yes. When he let down his guard on your planet.
He shot first.
Well,
Who shot first?
Now I will shoot first.
I thought
Don't hail me again unless it's to surrender.
You healed him.
He gives me real like Labyrinth, like Dark Crystal vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna send "You're my only hope" message to?
Yeah.
That looks
Help me,
exactly like
Gideon.
what it is.
Okay, so if the covert becomes like the Marshals,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I dig that idea. I mean, that was their home.
The pirate.
The pirate.
Is that going
The.
to work, or are we getting
Singular. Well, just like every episode, it's possibly more than one person.
Yeah.
it looks like it's talking about one person, and it's not that.
I'm digging this music.
It's real. It's actually very much Galaxy's Edge Batu type music.
Mm-hmm. And we know who hangs out on Batu.
Me?
turn this into a pirate base.
So that might be the bigger threat that he was talking about in the trailers.
Ooh, a Lasat.
Wow, that looks great.
Permission to intercede. They haven't returned a dispatch in weeks. They're swamped. We'll never get an answer in time.
That's
That's
that
Zeb's
sounds like
voice.
Zeb.
And I'm just gonna have to go
It
there.
does
Yeah, it
sound
sounds
like
like Steve.
Can't ignore me face to face.
I like your attitude.
Oh, if they do live action like that, that's gonna be.
Yeah,
Chef's
he looks
kiss.
great. He looks
That
great.
everybody was worried about it, and I'm on board.
Oh,
Ooh, oh wait, is this?
Oh,
Yeah, it looks like
tie-in.
something.
No. Do not put any more stuff on that part of the desk.
Hey!
Hey! I didn't know we'd get the ladies' man here.
It's okay. He can stay.
To the capital city sent me this message.
Oh, I see what's gonna happen. They're not gonna do anything about it. He has to go to the Mandos.
Captain Taylor, we have been attacked by...
Thank you, and I'm fine for now. I'm sorry, officer. You spent some time in the Outer Rim, right? Have you ever heard of Navarro?
Oh,
I have.
Oh,
Spent some time there, in fact. They have yet to sign the charter before one is able to see the light.
You and your sort didn't see the light. You were captured.
No. I was liberated.
In any event, thank you.
Sheesh, she's
No.
dangerous.
We'll see if we
So
can come up with
dangerous.
some additional
What a
access.
sociopath.
Apologies, we can't do more.
But she's so damn charismatic.
Out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's big enough for you to act. It'll be
It'll
too
be
late.
too.
Yeah.
Yay! The scene from the trailer.
There it is.
I mean, now that I think about it, it is something that she would say as a student of Thrawn. It often takes a new perspective to see the light.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's the covert.
There we go.
See, that's the thing about like these bureaucracies. You got like individuals willing to help, and
I mean, this is how the Outer Rim has always worked. Now we're gonna have Marshal Mandos.
Before I ever hit atmosphere.
How did you manage to find us?
That shot.
Nice.
Mandalorians pride ourselves on our secrecy.
Fortunately, someone I served with in the rebellion is amongst your ranks.
oh,
Oh.
The entire covert will now have to relocate.
You won't let him die.
What's in it for you?
The New Republic has to know that the Empire is growing again.
And you think the Pirate King has something to do with it?
I can't say for sure.
Bo-Katan has been in that situation once.
There's that resistance theme again.
Yeah.
I know you'll relocate anyway, but you have my word. I will not reveal your location. Sorry to intrude.
And has risked his life to save mine, as well as the foundling in my charge.
That's the highest honor. Saving a foundling.
Yep.
I stand before you to petition an intervention for any more of you. However,
Is he holding a hammer like it's a talking stick?
Yeah, it's the conch shell.
made it this very covert where children can feel what it is to play in the sunlight.
Aw.
Oh. That's my dad.
Come on, Paz. Be a
Yeah.
dick.
To them now.
I do.
Yep. There we go.
I think he's surprisingly going to agree.
I was there on
I have a
the
feeling
farm
too.
that night. I saw many die to save the life of this one tiny foundling. Why should we lay our lives down yet again?
Because
Because I saved your son.
we are Mandalorians.
Because we are Mandalorian.
Yeah!
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I disagree. This is the way.
There it is.
Okay.
This is the way.
I like this turn of events.
I
I'm
do.
down.
I do too.
Yeah.
Is a Comrade class fighter transport.
I love to see them meshing.
Way to totally redeem yourself.
Operate as a tight military unit. An enemy that outnumbers us.
Dang.
All their skill sets are
Boot camp.
coming together.
Pirate
Yeah.
Mandalorian Shard is captaining the Cumulus class hiding in the sewers.
I like this
But
development.
now, you can be heroes.
But also notice she's saying you. You can be, not we.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's not using we. But I do like this. Wow.
Damn.
I've seen better days.
Bold of you to return.
I think you mean Mandalorians.
Blast that ship out of the sky!
I decided to take you up on your offer.
They've got you outnumbered 10 to 1.
There are more of us.
I like those odds.
Here we go.
Prepare to drop.
Oh man, this is so hype.
Yeah.
Yes.
First in the way.
That is so satisfying.
Hey.
Ooh.
Area clear. Team 2, you with us? Then bring them back.
That Ugnaught has a very Smee look to him.
Shmee's me.
He's me. There we go.
Yeah.
Very hero music.
Get some. Oh shoot.
It's a good thing they're wearing Beskar.
I know.
Engaging the gauntlet.
Is that a good idea, boys?
Starbucks stuff.
He's below you.
Mandalorian drift.
He's inside you.
I know a lot of people who wouldn't complain about that.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
Oh yes. So satisfying.
Yeah, I'd give up if I were you.
Oh, he has just an old-timey steering wheel.
They're just gonna glass
Pirate.
the town.
Targeting the town.
R.I.P. Salad the Hut.
Another happy landing. Marshall Mandos.
Mm-hmm.
You now have a home. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, and thank you.
Armorer wishes to speak with you.
Interesting. Because you can kind of see like Bo's reaction with the home aspect. Like she lost her home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she doesn't feel like she has one now.
Oh, this was the sewer.
We're back. Yeah.
Remove your helmet.
Oh,
Say what now?
Do you respect my station? I do. Remove your helmet.
You are a Mandalorian, no more.
Gotcha, bitch.
Psych.
I was taught that the mythosaur existed only in legend,
Here we go.
and yet you saw it. You have walked both worlds. You are the one who can unite us. Bo-Katan Kryze is going off to bring other Mandalorians in exile to us, so that we may join together once again.
Sabine!
Face.
She can bring all tribes together. It is time to retake Mandalore.
Oh no! Don't hurt him. Off Gideon ship.
He's gonna run into that fleet.
That's a lambda.
Yeah.
Or it could be the one that they imprisoned. That they were transporting Gideon
or
on.
Gideon, yeah. I think you're right.
Oh right.
Oh, that's a cool probe.
It's a New Republic prison transport.
Yep.
It's a fragment of Beskar alloy.
Are you saying that Moff Gideon was taken by Mandalorians?
Plot twist.
Interesting.
He said alloy.
Moff Gideon was like very much connected with Mandalorian culture. he called Din Djarin by his original name that he hadn't told anyone. So whoever it is was old school and has access to stuff. I mean, what if it's like Death Watch or something, and or part of the remnants of whatever the Imperial Super Commandos were, and maybe Moff Gideon headed those people, and they liberated him, much like Maul's crew liberated him in Son of Dathomir.
Well,
Or Sabine looking for Thrawn.
what stands out? Well, Sabine had pure Beskar. We saw
that's true.
in Rebels that the blasters bounced off of her. But the thing that draws me to the Beskar alloy is because we know that the remnants had Beskar, but they don't have the techniques of the armor or the living waters to forge pure Beskar. So like, what if like Chaco said, like it was Imperial remnants using like an alloy of Beskar within their armor?
Mm-hmm.
That could explain it.
I mean, it could just be an old-fashioned frame-up too, but
That's true.
there's info that I found out at the last celebration that I don't know if it's involved in this show or the next one. I'm gonna keep that to myself for a moment. But
You know, I find it weird. I was on Sabine Watch and we got like discount Zeb.
But was it supposed to be Zeb? Because it's the same voice.
It sounded like Zeb specifically.
I mean,
It's
with the credits,
Zeb.
is it Steve Bloom?
Yeah,
It's
we would have to
definitely
watch the
Steve Bloom,
credits.
but if anything, it is a Easter egg cameo via voice, but that's not Zeb because we know that Zeb and Callus are on the new Lasat.
Well, we
could've
don't
come back to
necessarily know
help.
the timeline of that, though. But I mean, Zeb being like a New Republic, like soldier's weird.
I mean, if we see in the credits and it just says Zeb. Really
Garzeb
weird.
Aurelios.
It's Zeb if you wanted to know.
It's Zeb in your hearts.
I mean, once
Zeb
he
is love,
started
Zeb is life.
talking, the only thing that threw me off was his New Republic uniform. But
Well,
it
I
looks
mean,
so
I see
good.
it.
Yeah.
I see it like Troy Baker in The Last of Us, like he was playing someone else. But he still sounded like Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's paused one.
So no Hondo.
Zeb.
It is Zeb.
It is Zeb.
It's Zeb. That was Zeb.
That was such a throwaway scene.
I'm telling you.
Why do you think it was Zeb and not Sabine? Oh man, I'm not mad at Zeb, but wow.
Trapper Wolf was there. I did not see Trapper.
And we had Rick Famuyiwa, the director, as Jib Dodger, as well as Deborah Chow.
Wow.
I can't believe they give us Zeb
Wow.
like that.
Right? And just like in a
Like
quick
of
little
all
scene.
the Rebels people, we thought of all the Ghost crew, that was the one we thought we would not be getting anytime soon.
Right?
I wonder
Curse you, Dave.
or
But does that? But,
Yeah, like-
but is that like a signal flare saying, hey, there might be more Rebels people coming in?
I think it is. I think they're setting us
think
up for
so.
that whole thing. I think we're gonna get them little by little.
I mean, we got Purgles and now we got Zeb. So
I gotta keep my eyes on this week in Star Wars and see if Filoni and Favreau have something to say about this, because it might just say Zeb. Oh man,
They wouldn't put Zeb in the credits.
They wouldn't put Zeb.
No, they would not put
That's-
Zeb if it was
that
just
is-
some random person. Yeah.
So where's Callus?
Well, again, like we don't know where a lot of that is in the
How's
timeline.
Atlantis?
Like he took him to the planet. He took him to the planet, but we don't know if they stayed. I mean, they could be living happy together somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah, It's been a couple of years.
I mean, because like we didn't know like where the Sabine Ahsoka final shot took place, and like Dave teased that it wasn't necessarily where we thought it was.
Yeah, they could retcon it because in the Women's of the Galaxy book, it says 5 years after the Battle of Endor is when that scene happens. So they would have to retcon that to be.
Dave would not have a problem.
No, so season 1 is 5 years after.
Yeah.
No, in the book it says specifically Ahsoka finds Sabine to go searching for Ezra 5 years after the Battle of Endor.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the scene for the epilogue of Rebels. I'm talking about season 1 of The Mandalorian being 5 years after, in that same time period. We are a period of time after that. So even if he was there, it wouldn't necessarily be a retcon if 2 years later he came back.
Mhm.
That's true. Well, we are between 8 and 30, right?
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe.
That's the biggest surprise to me. And how they set up Bo-Katan in this episode. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
that she's going to be that bridge.
Which means Din's story can move forward.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of what we were waiting for all along. But it means that I'm still calling. There's a faction of Mandalorians that are still under the sway of the Imperial remnant, and we just don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm still leaning in that direction.
This also kind of narrows down how I think Sabine will appear in this show. She's not going to have a major role in it, as I thought with the Darksaber, but I think.
But we got different factions.
Yeah, but I think Bo-Katan is going to reach out to Sabine because she's now on a mission to bring in other Mandalorians. But Sabine's going to be like, no, I'm still looking for Ezra with Ahsoka, right? So we get Ahsoka and Sabine.
It's that connective thread.
Yeah, and then like she doesn't come back. She's going to do that mission, and then we wait for the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like how we first found Ahsoka. It's like we had like a one episode where that person's in it, but they still have another mission.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that also kind of like puts us back on the trail of the remnants of Thrawn, right? Because Ahsoka and Sabine are searching for him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this episode changed a lot narratively. Holy moly!
It really did.
And I mean, look what happened to Captain Hook, you know?
Shmee!
I wish Shmee, but yeah.
Stop me, Smee.
Guard, there be Mandos.
I still maintain that he's just Oscar the Grouch. He just started shanghaiing people and kind of worked his way out of the trash can and
I mean, he worked his way up from the streets.
Yeah, he started from the bottom. Now he's dead.
I was still hoping the Azalians would have activated IG for that ground assault, but that's still such a cool scene.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
I'm actually very I'm happy about this, but I'm surprised at the Armorer's role being so level-headed and like putting the future of the Mandalorians first for everything and seeing like Bo-Katan's place in that, as opposed to like having it come head to head like what we thought it could be. But like now that's
because y'all are pushing your own religious trauma onto them, even though the show has never gave us that narratively.
Well, I just didn't know if they would spin that sometime. Like we wanted to trust the armor, but like it's so mysterious. Like what's behind the mask?
Well, I've always thought she's sketchy, but like then she does something like like that, and then it's
well. In my defense, I just wanted them to fight. That had nothing to do with religion. But as soon as Bo-Katan told her about the mythosaur, there was an inkling in my mind that her spirituality and her devotion to this way would affect her ability to be stubborn. Like she now has to kind of rethink things, and that's why she made her take off the helmet. Like maybe these two worlds need to meet in the middle because you saw the mythosaur. Like in this episode, the way she delivered that line, she said, "I was always taught that the mythosaur was of legend," and then you saw it. So, I guess I'm wrong.
I'm now kind of seeing her as kind of like a Mandalorian spiritual guide, you know, like somebody who is very much in the belief and the way, and
Merlin.
Yeah, essentially that kind of role.
She's Merlin,
so
and Bo-Katan's King Arthur, and Din is Lancelot.
So we know that like the armor wants Bo-Katan
dark
to
sword in the
unify the
stone.
Mandalorians, but does she want her to lead them as well, or does she believe that Din will lead them and Bo-Katan will be like the great unifier?
That's a good question.
I mean, they need to. She wants them to walk the way. I think of well, okay, because you know my mind still has the Jewish parallels, but
But then had the people walking
it
in
also
the desert in this episode.
well, it also clicked to me that Din and Bo together is similar to God, who was it? Joshua, the two spies who had like the good report of the Promised Land, which would be Mandalore. But anyways, that's a whole another topic. There's a lot. I feel like I have been vindicated though in certain things because I've been saying that she's going to be the founder of the new Mandalorians, right? The merging of the two cultures together, because only together can they go back and retake their home. And that's what we got. So I'm happy about that.
Oh, I'm stoked.
I'm happy that you got your thing, but it also leads into my thing, which is basically me saying they might spin off the show to do the Mandalorians. Right? Because they can't keep on bifurcating Din's narrative, right? He needs to go on his own journey again with Grogu. So in essence, I'm hoping they do the Mandalorians, and it is about the other Mandalorians and Bo-Katan, and retaking Mandalore. And Din still has his kind of specialized storyline.
Mm-hmm. And then there was also my other prediction was that they would come to the conclusion that the reason we were hiding was because it was necessary for survival, and it may not be necessary anymore. So their reformation would begin in that way. So yeah, it's good stuff.
I would really hate for them to reunite, take back Mandalore, and like Thrawn destroys it again. It's like, come on,
they've been through enough.
Yes.
Oh,
stop.
We've already seen a Night of 1,000 Tears in this show. We don't need that to be like an Order 66 thing.
The Night of 2,000 Tears.
Yeah. Like how many times can we see that?
I still can't see Thrawn as being behind any of this stuff. I still say it's Gideon, and he's still under the behest of Ray Sloan.
Yeah, that makes sense too. But
that's where I'm feeling. But we'll see. But at the same time, I could picture, because Thrawn is more about.
Timothy Zahn isn't handling Thrawn in this, and we know that Filoni kind of like is with handling Thrawn, like in Rebels, makes him a little bit more villainous, and Zahn makes him like calculated and self-serving over being evil.
We'll have to see, because you're right that Zahn wasn't originally brought in when they started, but he was brought in by the time they finished with Rebels, and then put in both books, and they're all good friends and stuff now, which is part of what we saw his reaction to seeing it on screen in Rebels Recon. So they started it without him, but they finished it with him. But what I was going to say is I can see Thrawn respecting the fighting force that is the Mandalorians, And so that could be interesting.
Yeah.
So do you guys still think we're getting Hondo now that the like original pirate threat was kind of eliminated?
No.
I was hoping that these pirates would end up being the antagonists in the uh, uh, other show, Skeleton Crew, that was coming, and then we would get, because there's going to be like younger kids and stuff like that, and we know Hondo's a terrible babysitter, but he's great with kids.
I mean, if he's not in the episode that's called the pirate, I don't know if we're ever gonna get him. Not, at least not in this show, I think.
Yeah.
Not in this show.
So if that's the case, who do you think Christopher Lloyd's playing?
Morty.
Joris Sabayat.
But it's supposed to be
That's
like
actually
familiar,
a great
like a
casting.
well-known character.
You say that
so.
unironically, right?
Me?
Yeah, that's actually a great casting.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that was serious.
He's like, no, I want that. That's, yeah.
All right. Well, we seem to be in sort of a 80-90% lockstep with each other in terms of speculation. Do you guys have any other ideas?
We have an accord.
There's something I need to say to you when we're not recording, but yeah. I mean, I'm on board with pretty much most what everybody's saying. So I'm really excited about the next few episodes, where they're going with this.
Yeah.
Again, they're getting a little too comfortable now. They're getting a home, so like something else is gonna pop up.
Yeah, other shoes are gonna drop.
Yeah.
I think my only other speculation would be like if the armor wants Bo-Katan to both unify and lead, is there gonna be, is she gonna have to fight Din again just for claim on the Darksaber?
Probably, and she's gonna win.
Din doesn't care.
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't want it. He's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I dropped it.
Like him getting washed by by surprise attack and her kind of calling it out is all I needed to know, that like if it came down to it, she would win it back.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, I think Mythosaur trumps Darksaber.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, the Darksaber thing. I don't know that it is, right? Because the Mandalorians, the Mythosaur would predate Tar Vizsla becoming a Jedi, and then like that was a reunification. But the Mythosaur would have happened first. But again, it's always been the symbol for all Mandalorians, and the Darksaber has not always been their symbol of leadership. Obviously Satine didn't have it. And when Gar Saxon was running things as the governor, he didn't have it. It was given to him by Sabine's mom.
But even when Pre-Vizsla had it, that like he was still a rogue member of Death Watch.
Yeah, he was like, I stole it from you guys.
Man, that'd be so funny if Terra Sanube is the actual owner. All right, well,
so old.
Lots of huge movements and developments in the Mandalorian story. There's lots of things on the horizon that could potentially change things. Zeb, welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Catabast.
Also, shout out to Jesse Graff. I used to pretty regularly follow American Ninja Warrior, and she was one of the fiercest women competitors we had ever seen on the show. And to see her do a stunt double, for the armor now, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. But that'll do it for this reaction to The Mandalorian, episode 5, chapter 21, I believe. Thank you to Nick, codename Fulcrum, and Obishan for joining us for this reaction. Obishan, you want to plug your stuff, your socials?
Absolutely. You guys can find me ob.sean_Kenobi both on TikTok and Instagram, and obsean_Kenobi with a second I on the end on Twitter.
And Nick.
And we've got codename_Fulcrum on the YouTubes, on the TikToks, on the Twitch, and then of course Instagram is Nick_codename_Fulcrum_. No, not the last underscore.
Underscore gang.
Nick_codename_Fulcrum. So many underscores. I know. It's fun to write out, but it's terrible to say.
Yeah. And Choco, what did we learn today?
We learned that y'all don't ever want to mess with Grief Karga because I didn't know he rose like this.
Dun 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 dun.
This is the way. This is both the ways. We walk both ways. That's it.
Much like Aerosmith.
On to the next one.
For light and for life.
We're all the Republic.
May the force be with you. Always.